So, hey, phone freak, thank you so much for stitching my little Murphy bot. So, I wanted to come here and I was going to write the response, but then I realized it was just going to be too long and it was easier just to make the video. Me starting this mobile robotics course in 2007 was more than just a notion. I had gone to undergraduate at Georgia Tech and grad school at Vanderbilt, and I had taken controls and a master's in controls at Wayne State. Most robotics courses I had taken were either simulated, virtual, code, or just a textbook. And I'd always said that if I ever was to teach a mobile robotics course, we were going to have an actual physical robot. There are some things you cannot learn in simulation, like bandwidth limitations, memory constraints on a microcontroller, um, odometry error, mismatch motors, sensor error, etc. But when I decided that I wanted to actually have a robot, none of the textbooks fit, which is why I had to write a book, and none of the robots fit. So I needed the flexibility to have a robot where I could add stuff to it, take stuff off. I eventually changed to Arduino because my class is multidisciplinary, which means I have computer science, software engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical and computer engineering students. Some code well, some don't code very well, some know control and kinematics, some don't know controls or kinematics, some know mechatronics. Also, teaching engineering and computer science students, and they all have some little robotics experience, maybe from high school or just tinkering or making in their garage. They always say my robots suck because they use as a reference those expensive robots at the big R1 schools like Carnegie Mellon or what they see on movies and TV. So I was constantly chasing a moving target by changing my robot. So that link I sent you are videos from the labs over the years and all the different robots we've used. I have now converged on MurphyBot, the one you saw, and although it is not perfect, it is perfect enough for me. I'm not changing robots anymore for my students. But I do also have open source robots, FlowerBots, LilyBot, RosieBot, DaisyBot, for those people who are at schools on budget constraints. MurphyBot is probably about $250 without the Pixie camera. The Pixie camera is probably $100. But I now design robots for people who teach at schools like I do, which are predominantly undergraduate, predominantly teaching, because we don't have labs, we don't have grad students, but we also want to do robotics. There's a lot of learning that happens in hands-on labs. So that's why I talk so much about it, because yeah, I can do my robotics in theory, but until you get your hands on a robot, break it and put it back together and figure out what happens when you push that button, you're not getting a real STEM experience. So thanks for coming and helping me amplify my work. Stay STEMrific, stay STEMtastic, and please come back for more.